What's up, everyone? I'm the Kaiju no Kame from the Toku Animation News Network, and this is my Quickie review for Death of a Unicorn. Remember to click like, subscribe, the bell notification, and whatever else YouTube has you clicking on to support us. Death of a Unicorn is a horror comedy? I mean, it's gotta be a horror comedy, even though it's not very comedic. Starring Wednesday, we've got Ant-Man, we've got Adam Warlock, we've got the mother from Get Out. We've got Loki, one of the Lokis at least, who is also from Doctor Who, and, well, you get what I'm saying. We've got a pretty good cast in this movie for the most part, except all this movie really has going for it. When the trailer first came out, it looked like, oh my god, that movie is gonna be so bad. It's good. It's gonna be so funny. I can't wait to see this. And then when you actually get to the movie, it's rather boring, actually. I was quite bored out of my mind with it. So basically, Ant-Man and Wednesday are on their way to this rich family's mansion in the woods, because he's now their lawyer and he's going to set up their estate because the father is dying and wants to make sure everything's golden for when he does. They end up hitting a unicorn, and they end up discovering that the unicorn can cure things. The father becomes better when they give him the unicorn. They shave a bit of its horn off and give it to him, feed it to him, and it makes him better. And it's like, okay, when do we get to the fun stuff? And there were a couple of funny moments throughout. Eyebrows Kid, who is Adam Warlock, he plays this cokehead son, and he starts selling the unicorn horn as like cocaine to his friends on the phone. That was kind of funny, but for the most part, I was there like, okay, how much longer is this movie? Because this is like the longest 97 minutes ever. I think it was 97 minutes. All I know is it felt like it was over 2 hours with how long this movie went on. The effects were pretty good. The music was forgettable. I don't remember anything from the soundtrack at this point. I liked a lot of the concepts, but overall, I really don't have too much positive I can say. I didn't downright hate it. It is definitely not the monkey bad, but I can't say there is much of anything I truly enjoyed about the movie. Or I guess I shouldn't say didn't enjoy. There's a lot I didn't care about, I guess is the thing. I didn't care about any of these characters. I thought they were all pieces of shit who got what they deserved. I understand the movie was probably trying to get to that point that they were supposed to be unlikable, but at the same time, that's boring after a while. If I don't care about the characters when they die, then you have failed as a horror movie. Like Alien. Yeah, there were characters that had unlikable traits. Dallas was a complete dick, but you liked him. You could understand his point of view of where he's coming from. And then when he died, you're like, oh, damn, that sucks. Lambert, even though she whined all the time, it was like she had likable traits that made you understand where her character's coming from. And when she died, you're like, well, that kind of sucks. But for these characters, it's like, oh my god, will you just die already? I didn't hate the movie, but it's not one that I will say go pay and see. I wish I hadn't paid to see it. So I'm going to give Death of a Unicorn a 7 out of 10. It's worth a one-time watch if you're watching it for free. If you're paying for it, it's not worth it. What did you think of Death of the Unicorn if you have seen it? What is your favorite horror movie revolving around a horse? or a horror horse scene. Like, obviously this movie feels like somebody watched Cabin in the Woods and said, yes, we need a movie on that. Whatever the case, let me know. Click like, subscribe, the bell notification, whatever else YouTube has you clicking on to support me. You can support me on Twitter and Bluesky at tokuaannetwork, Facebook, Instagram, Discord at Kaiju no Kami, my website creativitybydesignllc.com. You can buy cool Kaiju no Kami merchandise at creativitybydesignllc.com/shop. There's a link in the description below. It should be connected directly to YouTube. There's also a GoFundMe available to help the channel survive for another 10 years, which is also linked in the description below, which would be great, especially if you don't care about your 401ks or whatever that are being depleted by the stock market because you're happy with the way the country's going. I will gladly take your money. With that said, until next time, bye.